The GoPro Hero 10, where do I start? The near perfect camera for some, and real specs with 4K 120fps, 23 megapixel raw photos and 19.6 megapixel stills from video, but with poor user experience and you could say some dated mounting system, the GoPro Hero 10 is just a wrong choice for probably a lot of people. I bought this camera to get some POV shots of myself when I'm out shooting, and use as a second camera to record myself or if I'm unboxing anything in the studio, just to get a different angle of it as well, and to be used as just a fun holiday camera. However, I actually rarely use it, and that's the main problem with action cameras probably with a lot of people these days, is that they look to buy one like myself, they read up all about it, oh this looks so good, the specs are unreal, it's so easy, look how small it is and everything, but at the end of the day it's in the name. If you're not going to be using it as an action camera, then I really suggest you don't buy one. I don't even have that much footage with it, to be honest, because I don't use it. I've literally used it once or twice for actual proper action sports, and that was last week when I was on holiday. I used it in the swimming pool, and I actually did put it on my bike once as well when I went for a little bike ride. I've used it to get some POV shots for this YouTube channel, but apart from that it just sits in my bag. If you're not going to be using this camera on a frequent basis for proper action sports, then you're not going to get the most use out of this camera, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying this is a bad camera at all. This camera is absolutely amazing because of the specs you can actually get in this tiny little body is brilliant. You can get some real proper amazing footage when you do use this camera, and it's probably the best camera for action sports. When I actually had the chance to use it quite a lot on holiday last week, and like I said, I only used it once, that was the moment I actually realised I need to sell this thing. When I did actually use it, I was having a great time and actually got some really good footage with it. When you're not actually playing around with the manual settings trying to get everything perfect, if you just stick it in auto like I did for the first time last week in that swimming pool, I had a lot of fun using it, so because you don't have to constantly change your settings, change your ISO and everything. And now that I have the iPhone 13 Pro Max, when I can just use that as a second camera to get different angles as well, and also if I can find a way to get POV shots of it, I'm definitely going to have to sell this thing, because even though I don't use it for the thing that it's used for most, stuff that I actually do use it for can just be replaced with my iPhone 13 Pro Max, because it's a really good camera and it's just convenient and a lot easier to use than a GoPro Hero 10, to be honest. So that's the reason why I'm actually getting rid of the GoPro as well. It's got the same mounting system as it always has, so it's really safe and secure when you do screw it in. However, I think it is getting a little bit outdated now, this system, especially with the new magnetic system DJI Action 2 and the Insta360 Go 2 actually has, where you can literally just magnetic onto so many different surfaces and mounting systems. I just think it's such a more convenient way to actually use an action camera, and if they can actually get the magnetic strong enough where it really isn't going to be coming off when you are using it, which is looking like it's really strong already, then I really do think that's the best way going forward. And if GoPro don't implement that into their next camera, I think it's going to be really bad for them, and I think it's going to leave them behind a bit. The user interface of this camera as well is really annoying. I know it has a new chip that's meant to double the performance of the actual GoPro itself, but using this back screen to access all the different menus is really annoying. I'm literally sitting here sometimes bashing the screen to try and hit a button or a new setting that I want to click, and it either doesn't click it at all or it just clicks a different setting that I didn't click on. It can also just randomly just turn off as well when you're recording. So I was actually recording my Lowepro Pro Tactic bag review, and it was on, like, the battery was on, must have been about 50-60%, and it just turned off. It just said powering off, and I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. So I turned it back on again, which took a while, and I started recording again, and then it turned off again. I don't know if that's an overheating issue or what, but it just really annoyed me. And then at the end of the day, I just turned it off and I just used my phone to record it. And even then, using my phone to record it was more convenient, it was a lot easier, and it probably just looks as good as well. To be honest, it's just times like that where I just give up with this GoPro. The DJI Action 2 is probably the same. I think it's just because of how small this camera actually is, and obviously with these high specs it just requires a lot of power. Maybe action cameras are just not for me yet anyway, who knows. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future, and you also might like these 4 videos that I've actually made on my channel as well. So if you are interested, why not hit one of them videos and go give it a watch. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See you later.